Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and our bus stop just got finished. How are you guys doing today? Hope everybody is safely able to stay in their house until the worst of this is over. In any event, we have gotten some things constructed here, not too much. I just set them to doing our power. This is our new ore processing plant, and not too long ago at all, we got some firefighter possibility over here. So rather than have things burned down, I think I would like to get this going. Let's just take a real quick look at where our fire coverage ends. That'll ease. Yeah, see, it ends well before this. So as we build these buildings, I don't want to have them burned down for obvious reasons. So let's go ahead and purchase. Can we purchase American? No. We're getting pretty good rubles, though we could cut through that real quick. I always like to get the best speed fire truck. It also determines the number of people. And it looks like these two are very equal in price and that. So let's get a W50 fire truck. All right, so that'll cost us a few bucks, but that's okay. And then the other thing that we're going to need to do, we don't have a road depot all the way down or over here, so we're going to have to come over to this area. Let me just shrink that up for a second. And what I would like to do is purchase some vehicles. And let's head back to the station real quick. Because, we're going to need, I don't know, say 10 people here at the most. And we're going to need 15 per shift here, and then nothing here. Now, in the long run, we're going to need people at our cement factory, but they're probably going to come from down here. What was the other one? Yeah, so really for now, I just wanted to see about the size of the bus we would build, before we got railroads in or anything. And I would say that if we could find a bus that was, just very few passengers, like say 20, that might be nice. There's a 40 passenger bus there. It seems like there's not many. I'm not sure why. Let's select buses so we can. Yeah, so I do wish there was a little bit. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a mod I don't have, right? But, 40, yeah, that's 52. Now, that's a nice bus that I've bought before because it's relatively fast. But this one's faster. It's a good amount more expensive. Yes. Let's try the faster one. They are going to be hauling a good distance. Now, what's the efficiency? So when you talk about the efficiency, the kilowatts seems to be like the energy usage. So when I say efficiency, I mean how much fuel do they use? And then you could kind of divide it by the number of people. So see, this one only uses 80 kilowatts. This one uses 117, and yet it carries less people. And it costs, I think this is why I chose this one for my smaller bus in a lot of cases. This one's kind of similar, but it uses a lot more power. Yeah, I mean, this one's just a sort of an energy efficient, this one's 32 and it's only 8,000. It goes faster and uses the same power, right? It carries fewer people, but I don't think we need more people here. Yeah, let's go with a couple of these, which is that, no, that's not, we have the other orange one. I do wish it was easier to color code these as well. All right, so we'll go with 2 for now. I don't know if that's going to get us steady people because it's kind of far. Do we want 3? Well, 3 just tend to get backed up. 1, 2, 3 anyway. So let's just see what happens if we can open these guys up. Yeah, I think I can close that safely without needing to go back there, right? And so we want these 2 guys to go from our one bus stop at this point. And we want them to send people up to here. So let's get this one started ASAP. And we'll try to space them out, even though it doesn't seem to work very well ever. All right, so there we go. So now we don't really have a good bus fuel depot for that one. I mean, we have it right here, and I guess that is sort of in the middle of its route. So I won't worry too much about that for right now. So we'll just have to try to see. We'll give that a few more minutes. So we can close this one, we'll leave this one open, and we'll talk about another thing we need to do, which is to actually get the power up to here. Now, I have some pretty big concerns with the power at this point. Where is that line? I can't even hardly see. There it is, right there. And the big concern I have, we don't need to purchase any more of those, is that this little line is going to get overloaded real quickly. So I think we're definitely going to work towards maybe our, well, where is it? There it is. Our power plant first, right? So all things being equal, let's go up and get the coal done type thing. And is this road done? No, but we have the roller going. So once we have the gravel being produced in this area, it'll speed our production up. And yeah, so let's, we have to grab power off of here just to get this running. And is there a way we can do this? No, you know what? I'm going to worry about switching over to the other power station later. But we will run the bigger power lines when we go to do this, right? Oops, we need to X out. So I would say, I lost it again. There it is. Like right there. I really can't see them in the pine trees. It would go this way. There it is. Yeah, okay. I think I'm in a good spot. Alright, so we need to put up 2 more of these. And then we're just going to run that straight over to there. That's where we just came from. Alright, and then we'll purchase each of these with dollars. Just so for the sake of not cutting off power. You guys have seen me do that before. One of the few things I construct with. All right, so there we go. So we have our switch, it has power, and then this will build manually. All right, let's start this guy. I guess I hope they'll be spaced out. Sort of a guess. All right, and then let's get that constructed. So everything here, well, this road is the road they're paving, and then these 2 roads should be power lines. Now, yeah, we should get, oops, doesn't connect. Oh yeah, it doesn't, does it? Okay, well let's let them work on this road. And eventually we'll have to get this power plant, or this substation going. Yeah, we don't need any of those roads. And this one is connected. Oh, doesn't, no? Oh, because it's not done yet. Okay, so as soon as this gets connected, we can finish that substation up there. And I don't think these need power, right? So hopefully that's true and nothing burns down in the meantime. Okay, so we still have roads up here to pave, and we still have these 2, but they should go reasonably quickly compared to getting like this done. Now it's all getting kind of far away from our construction and our supplies. And then the other thing I was looking at is, do we have all the roads built to get our gravel over to here so that we don't have to have trucks driving from here to there? And I think we do, right? But one of the things that I thought about is when we have the firehouse here, what I think I would like to do is see about getting a road from, like, say here over and tying into this road, which we should be able to do under this conveyor. All right, so if we were to, can we just get straight across? Yeah, so it's not going to let me go quite the way I want. With some other infrastructures, and yeah, you're not going to let me go that far. That's fine. We'll just take it over that way as far as we can. We're close. All right, and then if we come off of here, come on. Yeah, there you go. All right. It's not pretty, but it's in there, and then we can get rid of this little bit, right? And then that way, if they're, the only real purpose of that road is to get fire trucks over here. We don't want our steel mill burning down, and I think we'll have double coverage because of what we just did, but I'm okay with that too, right? Double fire coverage. So there we go. So let's commit to those roads. And then how's this one doing? Still being worked on? I think you might have to go all the way back. Good, so there we go. Now, I did notice that we have a little bit of a problem. One of the things you can do when you have this, we have 143 people around the map that are unemployed. So I'd like to see if we can work on getting that number down. And I think I know part of the reason we have that problem. But let's, yeah, so that's everything I wanted to do up here, right? So we should be good to go. We've got a good number of constructions assigned, right? So they should be busy for a minute if we go off and look some other place. And then I think we have all the critical ones. I'm just sort of waiting for this road to get done so that I can assign the next bit. So between the episodes, I did move a few people into this building. And in part, it was because, you know, I wanted them to, you know, get happy, or I wanted them to get, like, to be able to go to this kindergarten. Now, I haven't assigned this building anywhere to go, so that, one of the reasons is I don't really plan on moving people out of this town once we move them in, right? So if you've watched the last episode, you know I've been, like, micromanaging where everybody goes in the other towns, and that's because I knew I wanted to come into those towns and just yank people out, like to put them in this building, for example. Now, the problem we're going to have is, do we have enough people everywhere? And I've been looking at the schools, and so far we're in really good shape. I'm a little concerned about the doctor's office, but only because it doesn't have ambulance service. So does that, you know, like, are those people that need medical care with the, are they going to be able to get there? I know the ambulances go out and pick them up. Now, another thing you can see I did, and I kind of waited so you guys could see, I put in some footpaths with the idea that people could get around, and then I didn't build them because I don't like to build much without you guys. And then on top of that, we have this flats, and I wanted to show, like, these people are not able to participate in any sports. They're perfectly happy. No one is escaping because of that, right? I don't even know, can they make it? Yeah, they can make it over to the hospital, so they do, you know, have the possibility of walking there. Now look, it does, okay, that's the hospital ambulance pickup zone. So I just wanted to show you, you really don't have to give everybody everything, I guess is the point. You know, it's great if you do, but if they can't get to sports, it's just not the end of the world, right? Like, they're not going to escape. It's from all of my experiments, it's their happiness that causes them to escape, right? Now, that's not totally true, and it is, like, but if they don't have any clothes, this is the store, their happiness is going to go down greatly, and then they're going to escape, right? So some things definitely, and food, you know, like, there's some things that greatly contribute to their happiness compared to others. So there we go. So, but in any event, they should be able to go over and get sports if we do all of this, and I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it. We might want to put a building right here, but I was thinking maybe we put a monument on the other side of the school there, right? We can indoctrinate the children. But in any event, I think this will work out when we have these other things over here. Now, this isn't a high priority, of course, but let's go ahead and just at least commit now that you guys, a little easier to see, I think, when they're all white. And I do want to get, like, this one done, cut down on their time it takes to get to school. And also, I don't know, maybe they can cut across to go to the store over here. They can make the choice. But again, I don't want to take away too much until we have our gravel going, right? It's one of the reasons we're working diligently towards the gravel, is to see that done so that we can stop buying it from the outside world. But getting back to the unemployed, or the problem that we're having, this kindergarten really seems to be struggling. And part of the problem is that these people are, I probably don't have enough assigned to go to the kindergarten, right? Even though it's 30% of 150, 170 workers, right? So it's, you know, sort of an issue there that we don't have enough. So I think I'll up that. I don't want to take any from the school, so we'll up this a bit. You know, the university seems to be doing okay with the number of people. And, yeah, the theater, okay, less people will go to the theater. And let's, yeah, why don't we even take this down so less people end up going to the small bus platform. Hopefully that'll get more people immediately. Yeah, there we go. See, right off the bat, we're getting up to the maximum, but that's sort of another issue, right? We're sort of at the maximum. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe we put another, kindergarten out over here. Now the problem with this is we really don't have a construction office down this way. It's one of the problems anyway. We should be able to build it just right there, right? I like the spoke design of this one off of the egg. I think that's pretty cool. So now the question is, are we going to be able to get people from here to there? And I think we would. It would really be nice that we didn't. Say it's all the way over here. Even it's going to be on the borderline of effectively being able to do that. But I do think I want to at some point real soon, right? So if we were to take a look, we're down to 122 now. I think the thing we could do immediately to speed things up a little bit, and again, remember we just alleviated that, so hopefully that will get more people to work. See, the 20 workers because of no kindergarten, right? So let's go ahead and like dump a couple more of them into here. Like I'm going to dump 30, assuming the other houses have the same issue, right? And that'll get us more people over here. Now, if you notice, their happiness goes down, and then they're all going to like flood over to the store or wherever they want to do to get their happiness up. Not all, but a lot of them are. All right, so we could keep moving them over little by little. And if you look, that took our unemployed down below 100, which is great. Because, we really want to sort of maximize those people out. And we have our plan for building our new kindergarten over there, which is great as well. So let's take a look at our construction office. Let's see how we're doing. Now, so we've gotten, we're working on this. What's this? Yeah, this is confusing too. I don't know. At some point they made this change where everything's a road. Then you end up with things like this where they're now called, we have two road 141s or 411s, I'm sorry. So it's, I don't know, less than impressive that they did that. I don't know why, but it's certainly confusing. So anyway, so that is actually our power line being built, and it looks like, we really this guy should be almost done here, right? Yep, he is done. Good. So good. We're right on top of it. We'll get this one done, and then that means we can also get that done, and then we'll work our way up to getting our gravel. Now the question is, do we want to build this? That's going to be quite a bit of steel and not totally necessary. And we have extra trucks that I don't even necessarily want to put into the construction office, right? We'll have extra dump trucks here shortly. I think I'd like to let them stay focused on this project or these projects. Now the other thing is, we should definitely specify that they're to go to here, right? Yeah, because otherwise they're sending people to this, so we'll have to remember to take that back off. But there we go, good. Look, we got 8 people in there. Once we have power supply, we'll be certain that it's going to work. And I think our next goal after that's going to be to get up into here. Cool. Now, I did have a question, and I wanted to ask you guys your opinion about it. Seb had asked, am I going to build highways? And highways would definitely look cool, and I think down in this area in particular, they would look cool. But then I thought, well, how much are we even going to use the highway other than it, because as soon as you want a quote highway like we would have here in the United States, you're probably better off with trains, right? Like there's only so far people are going to drive to work, which is a little better than local. Unless they've changed it, it's like a kilometer. So even if we started putting in parking spaces and whatnot over here, it's not many people are going to get on the highway. So the only real consistent use of the highway would be trucks. And I mean, at some point, if we're talking about even going from here to here, you're far, like to export, you're far better off. Well, we can't export with a train here, can we? Well, maybe that's a reason to put in a highway here, right? Now, do we have a train? I hadn't even considered that as far as exports go. Yeah, this one has a train to the rubles, which is probably fine. I don't know how much, once we give up on our U.S.-based, dollars and we go over to rubles, I'm not sure how much we're going to consider. Now, we probably could consider going over to rubles now with the fact that we have no debt. And, we could divert these trucks from going to here and, we have our road. Let's hold off a little bit. But yeah, I definitely think we should consider switching over to back to rubles now. The main reason being that the vehicles can only be purchased with them. So there we go. So we're making good progress, and I think what I'd like to do is pause the video here. We're well into the episode, and we'll come back. You know, I might put a few more people in here depending on. Look, our unemployed's down to 60. It's just that easy to get that done, and then I think I'll just get. We really just have these last. We got fire protection over here. We just have these last buildings and roads to get done, which will take a while because they're so far. Excuse me. They were so far from our construction office, right? It's just getting on the limits. Well, there it is. They're a good distance from that. They're not so far. All right, I exaggerated, or misinterpreted the distance. Maybe is a better way to look at that. And I'll just start getting some more. Well, we're really just going to focus on getting this done so we can get the gravel, which will help us alleviate everything. And then we could pull the gravel trucks from driving all the way over there. And then we could talk about moving the people from Reverville up to here. But I'm not sure that we're even going to do that other than maybe if there's extra people down there in Reverville. And we could talk about what our next construction and everything else. Because we're in pretty good shape with our money, even though we've built all these things, right? Just so you know, one of the big ways to tell that is this domestic production. So if we go to last month and we say, okay, we made 115,000, and from the industry and the citizens and the vehicle fuel, this would be like say 29,000. We'll call it 30,000 plus 58,000 would be 88,000. So we're definitely making way more than our thing there. And remember, vehicle fuel, a good chunk of that is the construction. And then we constructed 70,000 or used 70,000 worth of that. So that would take us up to pretty much 160,000. So we went negative for the month as far as this total would go. But we can turn up and down the constructions as we see fit. So we're in pretty good shape for doing this level of construction, which isn't really that great. But at least we could turn it off, let our money go up, or slow it down at least. Another thing to mention about the economy is that I would expect it to take a hit because most of this stuff that we're purchasing, we're going to purchase or buying, these buildings we're going to build are really not going to be great exporters, right? This is all for mostly internal use. I mean, even though I'd like to export steel, the amount of steel we're going to make from here is probably going to be fairly limited. And because of that, we're really probably going to use 90% of it for construction purposes. So just know that going forward, that I wouldn't, if anything, this will tend to be a drain on our economy. However, what it'll do is it'll help us lower, if we go back to this chart, it's going to help us lower this construction number here, right? So, we're going to be producing more of the stuff than we're going to be importing. And hopefully we can really cut down on our imports when it comes to our construction. So, and that does, have a pretty big effect on your economy overall. So this will be construction supply central. So, all right, guys, well, let me cut it here because we're getting close to the half hour already. And I would really like to fire up this gravel before the end of the episode. So I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Our little gravel quarry is here. So we do have power to it, though I don't actually know that you need power to these. It might be one of those buildings you don't actually need power, but we have it there. We did need power up here if we wanted our little fuel tank to function properly. So it's not a waste to have the power, even if we don't need it. But let's go ahead and get ourselves an excavator, right? And I think you're almost always better off with the best excavator. And look at this one's. Well, see, this one uses twice as much power. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the speed is definitely not worth the increase, right? This one only uses 45, but I think we're going to go with the extra power and speed. What does this one do? Level 20, but even less power. So see that it actually is debatable there which one would be the best to go with. based on the power and therefore the fuel usage per minute or whatever it is. But let's go with the better one. And, you know, like, again, this is where it's nice to have a couple extra rubles, right? So there we go. So we should be ready to go. Now, the other thing I did was I went and pulled off all of our dumpers that were hauling from all the way down there up to here. So the ones that were going all the way from Reverville up to here, and then put them in order that they should have dropped off their stuff. Now, I'm not in too much of a hurry. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, see, he's just getting past the town, because what I need to do then, and I'm being a little bit cheap about it, but waste not, want not, right? At least that's a theory anyway. So I need to send them back to a depot so that they can then be reassigned a new route. So did this guy get up there yet? Where's he at? Just about. Yep, good. Pulling in the gate as we look. So we can go back down to this and get this guy switched over, right? And hopefully we can get all this fired up relatively quickly. And then this guy should be pretty close to hot on that other guy's heels. What's he doing? Oh, you already dropped off. I didn't have him in the right order, or something happened. Maybe somebody stopped for gas. Yeah, that must be it. In any event, he doesn't have anything in him, so he can go back. Right, and I didn't mess that up. No, they're all good to go. So let's do a little bit of fast forwardy, and then let's look at our construction. So we're building this, gas pump, and we're also building this. So once this stuff gets sent there, if we have 3 dumpers or 2 dumpers and a mixer, this guy already has everything he needs. So what that's telling me is we won't need any more dumpers over there. So I think we can. I've been doing this too. If you look, I built this little road up here, so I'll get that assigned when the dumpers get done. These gravel roads are far easier to build than the asphalt, if you didn't know that already. So good. So we'll get this. Yeah, look at that guy. That got done in an instant. Yeah, so now we need some more steel there. That'll be done. And then we need to intercept our truck. Why don't we go get him? The one that comes here. All right, I'd like to fit in that stop when we get there. All right, so I'm wondering how much. Well, he's just refilling at this moment. But I'm wondering how much he's actually making it to that export. But we'll squeeze in a stop there. Let's go see. Did we get this guy? Yep, they're stopped. Or at least he is. Oh, good, they all are. All right, let's go back to normal speed and get this done. All right, so we want you. All right, we'll just add a new. You're going to go from there to here. Now, by the way, I find 3 is usually pretty good, but we're awful. Let's get rid of this. Right, get rid of this. And I want you to load quarried stone and weight. And I want you to unload and weight quarried stone. All right, let's go back down and look at him. We can get him started. And we can copy his route to those 2 other vehicles. Get that one started. Get that one started. Good. So we'll have those vehicles up there in a minute. And we can keep an eye on, well, the cistern, there's no particular hurry, but we need to get done. We need to get done our refueling station. Yeah, we just need to get the steel up there, which should be pretty quick, I would think. Yep, there it is. So hopefully it'll get up there before all those workers leave. And then we'll have the other quarry. Yeah, see, they're already done that first phase, so that should be done reasonably quickly. Let's speed it up and let that happen. Now, I haven't really been paying too much attention. Look, we're back up to 120 workers there, unemployed, which is good because it means our population's growing. We got to keep balancing that out. We'll probably do that in the next episode. All right, are you going to the other? Yeah, of course you are. Okay, so we're not. Oh, is that more steel? Yep, that's the steel we need. But of course, these workers will all leave just as the steel pulls up, right? No, okay. That's me being a pessimist, I guess. Hopefully they have enough. Here, how much time left in their shift? 5 hours. Yeah, we're golden. All right, so let's take this cistern and let's see, where is this station? This one is, okay, that's the one before the one we're on now is the one before there. So we would want him to go up to here, I think, first, right? So right in between these two. All right, and unload fuel. So yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, see, he's still refilling, but you know, let's hopefully this doesn't cause us too many problems. Do we want to just do like a one-time purchase here? Yeah, I think I do. So let's purchase with dollars. Look at that, only $11 delivery charge when you're this close to the border. So let's do, yeah, I think we do manual purchase, right? 12 tons. All right, so at least that'll get the guy filled up. And it wasn't too much extra money in a sense to do that. But at least this guy won't end up driving halfway across the map if he runs low. There we go. All right, let's go back to normal speed. Now the other thing, one of the things I'm worried about, I think I have enough of a driveway here, because if we do get 3 trucks waiting here, you know, I'm a little bit concerned that, and I might want to put a 4th truck on, but if we get them waiting here, then we're going to have a jam up. Same thing with here. I don't have much of a driveway. Like if I'd thought about it a little bit more, I might have put a little more of a driveway in here so that, you know, this entranceway, so that they aren't going to cause a complete cluster there. So, because it's going to block our buses, I could definitely see where we would get into a big problem. Now we can take off that, and I think we can add this, right? 50-50. No, let's go a little bit more. Right, we actually don't. We probably need almost not an even number of people, but at the same time, we really, you don't need that many more people here than we do there at this point. Yeah, we should probably definitely, now that we're getting the fire station going, get this built. But we don't have any of these buildings, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Once we get this going. Yeah, see how quick these, especially with us buying the gravel like we are? Good, this will get us all the way up to that. And then we do have to get the power in here hooked up, right? Which means, yeah, getting this built. Which maybe it wasn't so bad that I built that road. All right, and I sort of want to stay away from the power plant with this road. All right, let's... And the reason being that these power lines are going to be coming out of it. But there we go. So we'll have that going. All right, let's hop over and see. Okay, so what is missing power? How are you missing power? Tell me you're not. Oh, because I never built this. Oh, that doesn't connect. Really? Oh, because I never connected it. Okay. Yeah, we did build this, and then I kind of completely forgot. All right, so let's... Okay, well, at least there's a reason, right? And it's not a catastrophic one. All right, so, yeah, we have very few projects here, so they should be able to get this one done. It's relatively close to where they're at. Right. Good. All right, well, it looks like the episode won't end. Yeah, see, this could really be a problem. As a matter of fact, even though it's going to look a lot worse. And by the way, they're not smart enough to avoid a traffic jam. Just so you know. Like, in other words, even if they have this alternative route here, yeah, you know what, let's go, come off of here. All right, and then we would do like this. Yeah, and then I would do like, yeah, No, you know, I'll do that after the fact. All right, so we're just going to swing that road out wider, because if we ever get both of these going, like, I know that the next truck's going to stick out, and then the third truck's going to stick out, and then the buses are going to stop, and the whole thing's going to grind to a miserable halt. Let's get our substation going first. Yeah, you know, we'll hang out until it's done. All right, now why aren't we getting gravel there, or do we have trucks? No, our trucks must be, yeah, they're giving gravel up to here. You get too many things going and you can't focus on one. I don't know that it's a bad thing. The worst thing about getting too many things going is like, and I really wish, like, even on these roads, there's no way to block the workers. So it's like, I don't want workers to go to here because the excavator will take care of all that work, but then, you know, instead of sending the workers to this, they'll tend to send it to the other. So there's us having all of our stuff, so we'll have to get a worker sent up there. Let's see, do we have a related vehicle? Yeah, there goes. Zill is heading on its way right now, so... Yep, and we got everything for the first phase anyhow, and again, that should be relatively quick to get that done. Let's see, what else? What is this? Okay, that is that road. So yeah, that's the only two projects, and then maybe we'll even, before the episode's over, we'll assign our coal thing to get done. We'll see what the timing is when getting that substation worked on. Where's Zill? That's probably him right there. Yep. So good. At least he got 6 workers. And then do we have... Yep, we have all our supply trucks, the flatbeds and the covered haul in there. So we'll be able to get that over to there really quickly. Maybe even before those workers quit, I hope. Now, what else? Let's just get the one thing fired up. We'll worry about the other quarry if we need it. And then, yeah, so the next big plan is to get this coal mine done. And then, I don't have a conveyor from the coal mine, do I? There we go. Our quarry's being worked on. Yeah, you know what? I remember saying, oh, I have to work on that between the... Yeah, I'll work on that between the episodes. I think it's the second time I promised that. But we need to cut down like a gully through here so that will work. I guess we could always put in another conveyor, but I'd rather not. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too long. So there we go. So we got that first phase done really quickly. There goes the trucks getting the supplies. This guy should pull out last. So this should be pretty quick. Now, whether they're going to get up there before the workers all leave's a different issue. All right. Do we have another Zill on the way? Oh, good. We do have another Zill on the way. So that's... And they got 23 workers, so this should be done. My prediction is we will be good to go. There we go. There's our supplies pulling in. And there comes our extra workers pulling in. And then right behind all of them, yep, there comes our covered wagon. As soon as that covered wagon gets in, yep. And I bet you that's enough workers to complete that really quickly. And there we go. Look, that other road's going to be done in a second. Perfect. So we'll get to working on the coal mine. And then what I'll do between the episodes is just do probably not too much, right? Because I do want to come back pretty quickly and start dealing with population issues if we have any. And I'd rather do that during the episode. There we go. So let's go back to normal time, and I see gravel a-flowing. So now our problem is we don't have gravel coming over to here, which, yeah, I think for the most part we're definitely better off with gravel over there. And I think so I think what I'm going to do, this is where I really wish I had, that's an excavator. We need to get a depot up this way. All right, so what I need to do, or do we just buy... I've got 4 dump trucks in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm kind of jammed up with vehicles. Not that these bigger... This 20 construction yard really, in my opinion, is enough. Right? I mean, you could use more, but it really makes it's the between the old one where you're constantly switching. Like I can put the vehicles I want in here and get a reasonable amount of construction done. I feel. I mean, to some degrees, if you need more than this, like 2 isn't a bad idea, right? Because I don't know, maybe you have one closer to the town and then one over here, right? Like, so, you know, to build bigger ones than this seems like might be like more overkill than is really necessary. Like this really, if you got the supplies close, you can really get a lot done and not have to move vehicles in. And I mean, I got 2 cranes, 3 mixers. You know, if you're really doing a bigger construction, I don't mind building the second one. But there we go. So this road is done. I guess let's assign like these, right? Just because why not? And then those trucks will, oops, I probably should have kept them open. So between the episodes, what I'll do is I'll assign those trucks to drive from here over to here, right? And then hopefully that's enough to keep that filled up. There they go right now. No sense in waiting for them. You guys will get the idea. And then, like I said, I'll be back relatively quickly. And now that we assign that, we might as well assign this as well. And I'll cut into here, hopefully while we still have an excavator sitting there. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.